Everyone, and welcome to the Metaphysical Hour. I'm Julia Cannon, and this is my co-host Tracy Mahan. Don't you love that?
Everybody,
Mahan.
mayhem. Brrr. No,
Yep. And our moderator, Tiffany.
Hello.
There she is.
hey, so good to have everybody here. And we've got such a show lined up. I say that, but really the lineup is your questions. We want to hear them. We
Yes.
love, we started doing this I don't know, gosh, how long ago when we brought Tiffany on, I think, but we started taking the audience's questions.
Mhm.
That's been such a phenomenal way to
Yeah,
just really talk about what you guys want to hear, right? So really cool.
absolutely.
So before we get into how do you put your questions on there, what do you want them to do, Julia?
Yeah, come on in. Tell us where you're from. That you're lighting up. Well, you're lighting up your light, but that lights up the grid, the energetic grid. And that's a really big deal. All I know is it's really big. I think last time I did say a little bit more about that. I'm not getting it right now as to why it's so big, but it is. Big deal. Light up the grid. We all see where we're from and we see how expansive this is. It's really, really cool. But
Yeah.
there's more to it than that.
I think last time you were saying it kind of fuses our energies together. I don't remember.
Sounds good. I
It
don't
does sound
remember
good.
either. I mean, see,
So
that's the cool thing is when this information comes from somewhere else, you're not attached to it, and I don't remember it.
I know, such a funny thing. Um,
Mhm.
but anyways, yes. So pop in there with your locations. We love to see those. I'm getting
Yeah.
hiccups, so if you see me chugging water, that's what that's about. Even if you're watching this from, say, an archive video or something, it's still fun to have you pop your location in there. I know.
It absolutely is because there's no such thing as time. It's all
Right.
simultaneous. So you are here with us now, no matter when you are.
Yeah, exactly. Bravo. So, you guys, if you want us to see your questions or hear your questions, please put question in capital letters in the comment section below whatever feed you're watching this on. Hopefully, it's my YouTube channel. Wink, wink. And just put question in capital letters and then put your question down there. And that way, Tiffany will know that you're not just
You want
chatting.
you want him to put question and not Tiffany?
Oh, yeah, put Tiffany.
What timeline did you go to just now? We've always
I
done
just
Tiffany.
I just did a live Q&A the other day, and that's how we were having everyone do it. Question.
Oh,
So
like
I am
where
getting
did
my
you
I'm
go?
getting my things crossed. Put Tiffany in capital letters.
Yes, I bet Tiffany was over there going, what?
Princess
What?
Tiffany. Yeah,
Addressing
she's like,
me.
this isn't. I don't know how to find him this way. Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah, don't do that. Put
No,
Tiffany in capital
Tiffany.
letters. You can put Princess Tiffany, Queen Tiffany, Goddess Tiffany, whatever. You guys have been finding some really awesome ways to
Yes,
do it. And
yes.
so, yes, Tiffany in capital letters. Sorry about that. And then those will go into our main feed, which gets to Tiffany. If you were watching this on Facebook, I do encourage you to open it up into its full form before commenting, because what we found is that not all the comments will make it to us if you do it just in the feed. So if you see it in your feed, open it and then comment, that gets to us. So we want to make sure we get your questions. We like to get to as many of them as we can. So perfect. Now that I'm done screwing up
Hey.
how to get your questions in there,
Hmm.
what else do we want to talk about?
Well, while we're letting them come in or thing, we did a show before the show. It was really what we did. Like any news, any energy updates or anything like that. And she just went all force into it. I'm like, you got to remember what you just said because that
Time
was
out.
so
Time out.
good.
Can you just recap that word for word?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I was listening earlier today about the energies coming up. And as we go into 2025, um, I'm going to say it like this: we're in the accelerated program. So remember, we've been saying there's new energy, and there most certainly is. Of course, Pluto moved into Aquarius. That was on the 19th. There was a couple other things that moved around. There were, I think, 5 planets that moved, and I can't remember how she said that happened. Not that any of, you know, that's all astrology talk, and it's kind of like a foreign language to me. It's like, just tell me what that means.
Yes.
It's like, ooh, 5 planets move. What does that mean? Anyway, so these
Something
planets,
happened. It's
yeah,
not stagnant.
tell me how that affects me now. So it is going to launch us into what it sounds like is 2025 is going to feel like you blinked and it's over. And I felt like 2024 did that. So I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen now? But it's going to feel like time's moving faster and it's a great time for manifesting and creating. She was saying things like that. And then also launching into 2026, which is even going to be more phenomenal, which I think we all, if we've been watching the ascension process,
Yeah.
we all have known that these like 2024, 25, 26, 27, those are like really big years for this change, the change that's taking place. So here we are, we're in it.
Yeah.
And the astrology supports it. And
And I think that's funny. It's like we went so long. Everybody's like, when's it ever going to happen? What's going to be? And now we're in it. And it's like,
yeah.
What? Here it is, guys.
Now it's like, well, what are we supposed to do? Because we're being triggered. The main thing we need to remember is that we can't take these old constructs with us into the new earth. So we have to let them go. We have to let go of fear. Your mom talked about that all the time. We got to let go of the fear. We got to let go of judgment. We got to let these things go.
Fear and judgment are major ones. Major.
Yes. So the way to do that, we got to get through. If we want to get to 5D, we've got to do our work. We're going to get triggered. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of people are like, I've got the grumpies. I'm not, I'm just can't seem to move out of this space, this mood. And that's because it's appropriately there and you're meant to work through it, get your healing in there for whatever's showing up for you. So, and I sit there and always say, myself included, things come up for me as well.
Always. No one is exempt.
Dog paddling through it too, you guys. Like, it's like, oh gosh, you wake up and it's like, all right. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, couldn't go back to sleep. So, those kind of things. Yeah, we must have been chatting in the ethers or something.
That's probably it.
But crazy, you guys. It's like we're really going through some really cool, significant changes. We're going to see some of the changes. We're going to feel some of the changes, but really, we have to keep reminding ourselves it's all perfectly timed. We're all in perfect order. Even when it feels messy, it's a good messy. Let's get it cleaned up and let's move into some higher vibrational energies. It's 2025. My predictions for 2025 is we're going to be seeing a lot of really cool inventions coming out, I think, because we moved into that Aquarius, which is that air sign, which is the mind and our thinking and
you know what Aquarians love to do? Create, invent, create, put things together, make things.
Yeah. So here we all are in this energy and, we're going to get more psychic. We're going to get, it's all here now. And so you guys, it's going to be an incredible time. So clear that energy up there and let's go. And it'd be really, really good to help clear that? A QHHT session, just saying.
Absolutely.
Those kind of sessions are perfect for clearing out these cobwebs, as you were calling them. Yeah, but or any of these feelings that keep surfacing. If you're struggling with any of that, you get stuck with any of that, go to the website and see if you can find a practitioner near you, because there probably is one, and get some help with it. Why not?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So now I just did it again. I just went, blah, 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 and there it is.
There it is. Absolutely. That's fantastic. I had something I want to talk about, but let's let Tiffany say where everybody's from, and then my job is to remember, keep hold of this thought. I don't want to get too far down the line and we still haven't, introduced people.
Is there a keyword we can say to remind you?
Oh man, so I'm not going to say names, and the keyword would be a name.
Oh.
And now she's forgotten whatever it was.
Well, say thud. Thud. Thud is the keyword.
It's
Thud.
thud. I was gonna say keyword is name.
Well, that would work too.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got, Tiffany?
We
Yeah.
have New York, Florida, San Francisco, Canada, New Mexico, Georgia, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., England, Ireland, some more Georgia and Canada, some more Florida, Colorado, Australia, South Jersey, Illinois, Idaho, New Zealand,
That's so cool.
So cool.
Michigan, Washington,
Ooh, close.
California,
Ooh,
Portland, Oregon,
yay.
South Africa, Kansas. That's as close as you're gonna
That's
get,
great.
Mom.
That's part of the name, Arkansas.
That's as close as you're gonna get.
Spain,
I was born in
Nebraska.
Kansas. Does that make it count?
Sure.
It counts. Yes.
Ohio, Virginia, Mississippi, Oklahoma. Okay, now we're caught
Wow.
up.
Shoot.
Oh,
Wow.
the wind comes.
Oh my gosh. You guys, can we make like a little snippet of that and just keep playing it? Make our own little, what do you call them? The GIF or whatever. Yeah. All right. Keyword name. And then
Okay. Yeah. I was talking to someone yesterday. And the reason I'm going to talk about this is because I had something similar happen. And then I'm just wondering if anybody else is noticing this. I was talking to someone yesterday and they were telling me about a few days ago, they were just meditating and it was the middle of the day meditating, and all of a sudden they felt, or they heard or felt, anyway, it was a thud. It was just like and I think it was a feeling. And then when she came out of the state, it was like completely disoriented, didn't know who she was, didn't know where she was, completely. And it took a while to remember her name. She had to start with the first name and then gradually the other parts came. And yeah. So, and I was thinking, oh, well, obviously some kind of a shift, some kind of something. It's like maybe something happened there. And she said, well, then she was talking to her friend who is an astrologer. And she said, well, Pluto just moved into Aquarius and it was right at that time. And so apparently that's how it manifested, or how she felt it. It entered as a boom. It's like almost like, oh, when I did that, it was like a piece fell into place, maybe.
wow.
But this whole thing, or she didn't know, all that was so, and it jogged my memory. It's funny how we don't remember. These are really odd things and we don't remember them. I would just let it go. But mine wasn't a few days ago. I think it was last week. Pretty sure it was like last week. So I was doing the same thing, middle of the day, had my eyes closed, resting my eyes. And then when I opened later, I'm completely disoriented. I don't know where I am. I don't know. I mean, and it's like you have to put pieces. I did know me, I knew that. I didn't lose that part, but it took me a little bit to realize where I was.
Okay, so do you know what that was? Because I'm going to share something.
No, tell me. No, I have no idea. But when she said that, hers, I was like that. Then I remembered. I mean, it came back pretty quick, but it was just weird that I was completely disoriented.
Yeah. Well, my little crew is telling me that some of what's going on for a lot of people right now is they're getting acclimated to the new energy, and what might seem like things are kind of just ho hum here and maybe slow or whatever is because you're out of your body doing all this work to get ready for the new energy. And then that new energy comes and you're thudding back into your body. Kathunk. And yeah. And so to me, it means you guys were out doing what you were doing to get ready for whatever.
It definitely felt like being dropped in. It was like, that's kind of the feeling I had. It was almost like when you come in very quickly at night, you know, and you come in too fast and you're not all the synapses are synapsing, you're not all connections aren't there yet. It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's like it takes a little bit to start, well, wait a minute, get the gears moving again.
Very cool.
So I'm
All
just
right.
wondering if anybody else has experienced that or experiencing it now. I mean, it's within this last week. So that was two of us that had this. And so I just wonder if anybody else is noticing stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be really cool if we could
Mhm.
get some connections, because yeah, I just really think we're all, you know, we all came in for this time frame that we're in right now. So of course we're going to start experiencing some things that are a little more extraordinary than what we've already experienced. And I think we've already experienced some pretty extraordinary things.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Did you want me to share about the movies?
Yes, I do.
Kind of
Yeah.
ties in.
Yes, I do.
Like,
This is part of the other part of the pre-show we did.
yeah, you guys, last week, if you're watching, I was talking about how the message was coming in that we were going to start having more recall of other lifetimes outside of this one, like just like a memory, like if you were remembering childhood, it would be come in just like that. And then this week I'm sitting down and I have some free time and I pull up, I think it was on Prime Video, I pulled up a video to watch and I'm watching it and it's about these people in the future, and there's a group of 500 that come in and they remember their all their lives, and they can resource them to help them in this one. And it was just like, what? I just talked about this. And then I go off and I watch something else for a little bit, and then I come back and I find another movie to watch, and that one I think was called Infinite or something like that, and it had the infinity symbol as a symbol. I thought, well, that looks cool, so I played that one, and it's about this group of people that are have reincarnated to the point where they've evolved, and now they're starting to remember their lifetimes. It was just like, again, two. And it was within a very short time of each other that I watched them, and all within since last week's show when I said this is going to start happening. So cool. And again, if you feel like you're blocked in any of that, sessions will help you clear those blocks.
Mhm.
You know, that's what we're doing in those sessions. We're taking you into these lifetimes. Some of them are alternate reality, other planetary, future, past, and these are great ways to, you know, get out there and start exploring some of that and open that part of yourself up. So just saying. You got
Just
resources.
saying.
Just saying. There's
You
some
have
resources to
questions.
help you get going.
We
So,
know how to help you find the answers.
so a little plug for QHHT and for all the beautiful practitioners out there. And I'm sure some of you practitioners that, you know, you've been having sessions or, you know, where this is happening. So if you're watching, please comment and let us know if this is happening in your office, in your spaces.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were my mind-blowing experiences.
Oh, I mean, that's so cool. But that's just it. You know, we take it for granted sometimes what's happening all around us. It's all to help us remember, get us prepped. You know, like you were just saying, we're doing all this other work on the other side. And this is probably some of the manifestation of it. You know, it's like, oh, here, do all this stuff so I will remember. I'll put this in front of myself so then I will know and be like, oh my gosh, what a discovery.
The clues. Clues.
Thank you, other self, for helping me out there.
Really, yeah, it's just kind of an interesting time. If we're all paying attention, we're all gonna have stories to share, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And you know, a great place to share those stories would be Asheville, Carolina. You want to say something about that real quick?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a big
Asheville,
infomercial going.
yeah, majorly. We're actually going to get to something here in a little bit. Asheville, North Carolina, we'll have our next QHHT retreat next May 23rd to 27th. So exciting. We are going there. Going there to help this area out. We're bringing our love and our light, and let's help them. You know.
Yeah.
we have a bunch of things planned and really wonderful things. All that information is on the website, qhhtofficial.com. But I feel like we are needed there. Let's shine our light.
I think it's, yeah, to me, this is another incredible thing is that before anything happened over there, you guys had already anchored in that
Yeah.
that's where the retreat was.
Oh,
And
we signed the contract on the hotel, and I think it was the next day. It was within a day,
that
the
it got,
hurricane.
yeah.
Mhm.
And such an unusual thing to have happen. Obviously, the universe was lining that up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
we already
excited.
wanted to go. We knew it was a gorgeous area. We'd had a lot of people, I'd been there once before. Mom did a talk there at some kind of I don't remember what it was. It was like I feel like there were more than one speaker, so something like that. But gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous area and beautiful energy, everything. But yeah, so we wanted to go. And then when the hurricane hit, we're just like, what are the odds? I mean, this is not
Yeah.
an area that's not an area that's normally the hurricanes get to. I mean, it's 2000, that's weird. That word is gone. 2000 feet. It was one to say 2000 square feet. And I'm like, no,
So,
it's 2000 feet is the altitude.
elevation. Yeah.
Elevation. Yeah. And it's inland. It's not, it's
Yeah.
not water. So it was really, really unusual. And so that right there was like, what? What are the odds? So
Mhm.
which way do we take that? We're like, okay, does this mean no go or what does this mean? And as we kept looking into it more and more, it just felt like we need to go. We need to be there.
Oh yeah, that feeling's so strong. And
Mhm.
anyone can come to these, you guys.
Yes.
It's not just QHHT practitioners. This is a retreat for everyone, like-minded souls. And yeah, there'll be QHHT practitioners there, but hey, if you want a session, that might be a great time to get one.
It's a
So,
great
I don't
time. Yeah, you will have a hard time. Anywhere you go, you'll be bumping into a practitioner. So.
Yeah, but in Sedona, we had a lot of people that were not practitioners,
Mhm.
or even if you're thinking of becoming one, you just want to check it out, come.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. All right,
Yeah.
I'm ready to stop talking and let
Yeah.
the beautiful Tiffany come float in.
Float.
She's actually underneath me this time and not
Oh,
above.
that's interesting. No, she's above me. She's up there on mine.
I wonder why that is. Anyway,
Above as it is so below, I'm
Maybe.
oh my
everywhere.
goodness, great answer.
Um, this is from Laura. Can you tell me if it is okay to jump timelines or is it too much to do so?
It's okay.
You're doing it all the time.
Yeah, we do it without even realizing it. We're always doing it. Maybe your question is to consciously do it or to cause it to be done. And that's what I remember last week. I do remember this one from last week because it was something that had just come in and that was new information was that, yeah, we're always moving and shifting in timelines and dimensions and all kinds of things. And we can do it consciously. We can, the word manipulate keeps coming in and I don't care for that word. We can affect it. Maybe we can consciously maneuver it. But what they said is we really need to understand what it looks like first. We need to recognize it. And so that's the phase that we're in right now is recognizing when we're doing it. And then when you do that, then it's all natural anyway, but to consciously do it, once we understand what it feels like and looks like, then it's very, very easy.
Yeah. Ask your guides, your team to help you with that because I'm experiencing that kind of stuff over here all the time where I'll be aware of two different timelines. I just shared about that not too long ago about my trip to Arizona, where there was two timelines I could have been on. Glad to be on the one I'm on. Very happy to be on this one. But your awareness that there are other timelines and possibly even what those timelines would entail is going to get, our minds are really expanding, you guys.
Yeah.
And anything is possible. This knowledge is there for all of us. You know, we all have these gifts. So yeah, if you're experiencing that, then, you know, just, I always like to call in the highest and good outcome so that, you know, you're on the highest timeline.
Yeah,
But
because
you
you
have an
have hundreds
experience
of
no matter
thousands
what.
to pick from.
Yep.
So, you know, which experience do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we fall into a lower frequency, we're popping into a different timeline. When we raise that frequency back up into joy and love, we're popping into a different timeline and what we're attracting to us. So you're constantly playing in that stuff. So to consciously play in it would be brilliant. Yeah, do it.
Absolutely. Because that's where we're at now. That's what they want us to do. That's our development.
Mhm.
So if you feel pulled to do it, just, you know, they'll guide you all the way. So just follow that.
Love it.
Mhm.
All right. The divine and almighty Tiffany. I
I'm
summon
just gonna
the,
poke her.
we need to get a little genie lamp and just rub it.
Oh,
That would be fun.
Then you need special effects. We don't have that in the budget, so you know, it's just we're gonna have to table that.
Okay,
we could do.
that's more fun anyway.
All right. This question is from Phil. I will say that they asked question how you had originally said it. I went ahead and highlighted it since you gave so many different directions, Tracy. So I need you to tighten it up before next time. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh. All right, from Phil. If karma is over, are my guardians able to interfere and help me in better ways than they already do?
Okay, I'm gonna have you read that again for me.
yeah.
It's
If
over.
if karma is over, are my guardians able to interfere and help me in better ways than they already do?
Okay, they never interfere. That's a law of the universe. It's not allowed. They may not interfere. They are there to assist. And they assist when we ask for their assistance. And they are happy to do so with whatever we need, but it's when we ask. So see how that question is sounding like, yeah, it's like, see, you're giving all the power away, is what you've done. It's like they're going to interfere. Will they keep doing this? They're always going to be there, but you ask for their assistance, and but you're always the one making the decisions. It's your choices, but when you ask for guidance, they're there to help.
Yeah. And just because karma's over doesn't mean
Oh,
our
yeah.
work is over.
That was the other part of it. Yeah, absolutely. It just shifted. It went from this thing of, oh, it's done to me. And I mean, it's like something else always calling the shots. Yeah, that's how it feels like. It's like, okay, well, this happens. Like, okay, now we pass, we're on the other side. And okay, now this happened. So now you got to even the score. So now you got to do this. And it was like always the something else telling us what to do kind of thing, where it shifted
Yeah.
to cause and effect is basically it. And it's where we're now responsible. We're seeing what this happened and this caused this. So it's like cause and effect. So with that, we understand that we are the ones responsible
Yeah.
for what happens.
And it can sound confusing when we say karma's over if you're still in a relationship where, you know, there's conflict and there's things happening and there's this draw and this push and all the things. But here's the thing, and maybe you're experiencing this too, Julia. It's like, was there ever karma? Because it's about us. It's about us healing wounds and different things and all these things that happen in our bloodlines and like this earth that we live on and all the human behaviors and all the things. So it's kind of like we are healing these wounds. And if you are empath, then you're feeling collectively the stuff coming in. So it's interesting to look at karma now from this perspective of where I'm at now with doing the self work, that it's like, was it ever karma or was it always just about me healing that part or this part? I mean, it's all kind of
Yes.
this, it's like
I think it's yes. You know, it's like
yeah.
it feels like the change or the difference is it was from an external to a personal.
To
So
the
we
internal.
shifted
Yeah.
from guides or whatever, mentors, things like that, telling us this is what you have to do and it has to follow these rules, to now it's personal and we're the ones,
Yeah.
we're always doing the work, but it felt like it was being done to us. And now we're doing.
Now it's that internal. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're shifting. It's
Yeah.
part of the proof that we are evolving,
Mhm.
is that now we are working on the inner self and our, our aches and pains and wounds and baggage and stuff. And so the stuff that's showing up in your life is to help you heal your thing. Where are you being triggered in it? And it's no longer about the karma between two people or souls or events or whatever. It's more about you and your journey of self-healing and finding. Remember, at the beginning of this, we talked about we can't go to New Earth if we're carrying all the baggage. And so we're at that time frame now where we're working on letting go of that baggage. So that's what you're experiencing now, and hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like the baggage part, because you have to let go of all that stuff. It's just weighing you down. And so that's why you're bringing it up. Exactly what you're saying. It's why you're bringing it here so you can look at it and work on it. So if it's really raising its head right now, that's why. You wanted that to happen. You asked for
Exactly.
it. May not be consciously, but you did ask for it on some level. It's like, okay, now we're going to work on this because I want to raise my vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to look at this and I'm going to let it go. I'm going to heal it. I'm going to whatever, just so I can move on from it. I'm going to learn what I wanted to learn from it.
I'm hearing in my little head, you can't just trust your higher self on the good days. You have to
Ooh.
yeah, it's like, oh yeah, there we are. But yeah, your higher self structured your lessons for you. We're, as Julia says all the time, we did this, we planned this, we set these things up. And from a higher perspective, it'll make more sense. But when you're in it, you'd be like, why would I ever do this to myself? But once you're through it, or get a higher perspective or a different perspective of it, you will start to understand why you did that. And you can also go, there was an easier way to get here, higher self. Could we start working like that?
You see, that's another step. And it's
Yep.
when you recognize it, because I remember, when I got hit so hard, the 2x4 and everything, and I started negotiating. It's like, look, okay, I get it. I promise never to do that again. But if I do start going down that road, please promise that you never hit me with that strong a board again. Just, give
Keep
me other
tripping me,
warnings, and
that's
I
fine.
promise to listen.
Yeah, it is. We're getting it. We're learning to pay attention.
Yes.
You used to do this exercise in the classes where you would have somebody stand. I remember this in Mount Shasta. You had somebody stand in the front of the room, and then people would have to come up and they couldn't say anything, but they had to try to get this person's attention, and how do you get them to.
It was like, how do you get a message to them when they don't believe they can hear you? And this is the dilemma that the higher self and the guides have. We don't believe we can hear them. So if they can't just talk to us because we don't believe they actually can. But if we don't believe that we can hear them, then we won't. So what are other ways that they can get messages to us?
Yeah. And the psychic 2x4 is their last resort, but they'll use it.
They will. Yep.
Yeah.
Because they got to get your attention.
Yeah. So start listening. There's clues all around. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also confirmation for you too. Because
absolutely.
I mean, like those movies that I watched was great confirmation for me that, where did I get this idea? And then here I end up sitting down to 2 movies I've never seen before and going, holy cow, it's right there in the movies too. I mean, we are getting these messages. They're slipping it in there in the cracks.
Oh my God, Tracy, of course it is. Because you said it, because you're on that shifted your attention, it shifted your focus. So now you are picking up on the things that support that. Duh. That's how all manifestation works. It was always there. It just now you are attracting it because that's what you put out there. It wasn't like Oh, I'm seeing like, oh, breadcrumb. I mean, on the other hand, it does do that too. It's like, oh my gosh, this is to remind you and thing. But you created, I was coming from another place. No, you created it because that's where your focus went. And that's now you're focused into the world that has all of that laid out for you to remind you.
That's right. Hmm.
See how good we are? I mean, us beings, this is what we do. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. And
Mhm.
especially when we can catch those things, it's just amazing.
Right. Well, and it supports, I love how the things we create, I don't know what you call that. I think it's art imitates life, but I'm not sure what it is in this whenever it's technology, but let's look at like the internet. It has the algorithms that are, whatever you're paying attention, whatever you're looking at, like on Facebook, whatever posts you're looking at, then they believe that's what you like and that's what you want. So they give you more of that, and as you keep going down those rabbit holes, then you're going to get more of that. The same thing, whatever it is
Yeah.
you're looking at, it's like, oh, that's must be what you like. The internet in general does that. Google does that. All these things do it. They're monitoring. They got sophisticated stuff just to watch your viewing habits, your shopping habits, all these things, because they figure, oh, you like this, well, we'll just send more your way because you're prone to keep going down there, just keep looking at it. Well, that's what the universe does. That's exactly, it's imitating reality, what's actually here. Whatever you
Wow.
focus on, the universe just gives you more of it.
And then I ended up on that timeline.
Yes,
Let's wrap it all
because
in.
that's where it
Let's
all
just bring
is.
let's bring all of it in.
Because that's where it all is. Of course, you're going to be on that timeline.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's like, duh.
what else can we think of, you guys, that would be really cool to manifest
Mhm.
together? Let's do it. All right. I see a lot of, I know I'm not looking over there, but I'm seeing Tiffany's name pop up a lot. So let's bring her in.
Well, okay.
The great and amazing Tiffany. What's our next question?
Uh, let's see here. Um,
She got caught up in our conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so I think this was probably a prior to show conversation, but this question is asking for your thoughts on this individual saw in a meditation that new earth and old earth have split. What are your thoughts on this?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we'd say. We're on, everybody say, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? It's happened. It's already done. We are on, we are in this new vibration. We are in, if you want to call it a new earth, we are here already. It's just, we expect it to look like something. And so if we don't see that, then we don't believe that's it. And it's like, well, when's it going to happen? I mean, it's already done. They told me is you will see it when you believe it. So when you just start believing that you're here, then you will start seeing that will manifest. You'll start seeing what it actually is. As long as you think it's not happened yet, or you believe in all the scenarios that are out there that don't look like New Earth stuff.
Yeah.
If you get into that, it's like, well, that must mean I had somebody tell me that. I must have missed it. I'm on the old earth, obviously, and it's like, no, we're all here. It's your creation. What do you want to make it? And that's what I mean by believing. When you believe it, then you will create it into what you believe the new earth to be.
I'm going to bring you back to one of Julia's famous sayings, not in my reality. And it's a game changer, you guys. This old construct's not in my reality.
Yeah.
Like, don't turn the news on. Don't follow that stuff. It's not in your reality. Create from the space that you want to create. Hang out with the people that are going to lift you up. Watch the things that are going to lift you up. Create in that energy. And it is literally a game changer. You're not putting your head in the sand. You're just not feeding the energy you don't want, right? You're not putting it there anymore.
Yep.
And that's the way it all works. It's put your energy where you want to be. And that again, it's not putting your head in the sand, it's you creating a different reality in another timeline to go to. You're not betraying anybody by doing it. You're actually helping humanity by doing it, because the more people that start doing that and being in that higher frequency, it has the ripple effect. It's what was the imagery they gave me the other day? It was kind of like, when you're doing, have you ever watched those obstacle races where you got a group, like you'd have a team and everybody's got to do it, but you'd send the first guy and then they're doing the obstacle course, and then the second guy goes, and then when they get to the top, the first guy gets to the top, well, he can reach down and start pulling the others up, and it makes it easier for the other ones. That's what they were showing me. It's like, the way showers, the volunteers, the light workers, we got so many names, but you're getting there. You're the one that's going through this obstacle course. You're getting to the top so that you can start pulling other people through and helping them up. And it's going to get easier and easier and easier, because the more people that are up top, the more hands that are reaching down to bring up the next guy. So,
well, and as more people go, then it's possible. And that always, when we know something's possible, then it's real easy to do something.
Yeah, it's, I love that analogy. They like to put those kind of things in my head, because then I'm like, yeah, it makes so much sense. And then I have this concept, this visual that I can hold on to and see myself. And the other part of it too is that they were, I don't know how much people really bite into this, but your soul has more incarnations here. You're just one aspect of the soul. So as you are evolving this aspect of your soul, you are evolving the other aspects too.
The other ones, yes.
Yeah. So all these versions of you are being propelled by you, and you're being propelled, lifted by them. All the work that you're doing in your life is rippling out to the other parallel lives that are going on. So.
Yeah, and something you said there, and I've been trying real hard to hold on to it, because these thoughts are so fleeting now. When you said, and it doesn't hurt anyone's feelings, like if wherever you're placing your focus, and it doesn't hurt anybody. And that's where I had gotten that visual one time. They were comparing it to a television, but they kept showing me with the dial, which was so funny. So maybe that's what makes sense more than this, but it was changing that dial. So let's say you're watching a channel, and it's like, well, I'm not really caring for that. I want to watch something else. You change the channel, right? And you're watching something else. What happened to the other channel?
Right.
Do you think, is it hurt that you left it? Does it even know that you're not paying attention to it anymore? It's going to still play. It's there, whatever, but you left it. You're focusing on something else. Does it matter? Does it matter to the TV? Does it matter to the channel? Does it matter to those players? No, they're still playing their game. They're still playing their show.
Love it. Absolutely. Hopefully that gives everybody a little bit of ease around, well, if I'm doing my work and I'm going in this direction, what about my spouse? What about my kids? What about my parents, my siblings? They're all fine.
They're fine. Yes.
They also have a team that's helping them, by the way.
Exactly.
Not the only one. So yeah, everybody here has got a group that's surrounding them and helping them. And I think it was last week that, if it wasn't last week, it was a couple weeks ago where you had said, Julia, that, somebody asked a question about their spouse not waking up or something.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know that. We don't know that they're not just playing their role perfectly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
They're just playing the role of a sleep person sleepwalking just to get you to wake up.
Yeah. So you can have
didn't that turn it?
So you can have the contrast of, oh, I remember when I was there, or the mirror of things you need to forgive yourself for when you weren't feeling awake.
Exactly.
So
yes, no judgment, no
let it all go.
No fear. Yeah, no judgment. See that, because that's judging when we're trying to, oh, I think you're here. I think that's what's going on with you. That's a judgment. It's just, that's not for us to say. We have no idea what their path is.
Yeah.
What they're going through.
It's an ego thing too, which, I have different opinions about the ego. It can be your compass if you want it to be, it's not a bad thing. But if you're like, oh, I'm here and they're still there, that's your ego, you wanting to be in a different place or something of that nature. Not bad. I think we all go through phases of that, but it is good to identify when it's like, oh, no one's better or worse than the other person. We're all just in different places in the game and
Right.
getting there on our own time. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, let's create a game. I think that might help us if we create a game that, or if there are games out there where you're on your kind of your own quest, your own thing. There probably are. I don't play enough games like that to know. But usually they're head-to-head challenges and stuff, and it's like you
Yeah.
have to beat somebody. But there probably are games. Because that's what this is where you're on your own. You might have the illusion once in a while that you're competing with somebody, but that's an illusion. That's where you're on your own thing,
Yeah.
your own game, your own quest. I like that quest word.
Quest.
Mhm.
Put a little mystery in it. We're on a quest.
Yeah.
We're on a quest to New Earth.
Mhm.
All right. Magnificent, most beautiful, loving, and cherished Tiffany. What do we have next?
This question is from Di. They're asking, how can you explain this? I sometimes wake up remembering the final bits of the dream and find out the same events unfold in reality. Is this shifting into another timeline in my sleep?
Very well could be. Yeah. I mean, so many times that's where deja vu comes from is we do dress rehearsals like many times the night before. We're kind of looking at the different timelines, the different courses of action we can take in something that we're preparing for. And so that would make sense that you'd see it in a dream or parts of it because you're actually going through the motions of it. You're actually visiting that timeline. And it's like, what can I do here? Which one of these would work best for me, what I want to accomplish? And so then when you're redoing it, when you're actually doing it, then it's there. So that it could be absolutely. I think this is all about, anything is possible. And so,
Yeah.
so when you're like,
Yeah.
is that a possibility? I think so. It sounds very feasible.
Yeah, it does. We don't know totally enough about dream state, I don't think, and all the things we do. We're told we're traveling and going into other realities, other worlds, going to our councils, doing a lot of work in our sleep state. So why wouldn't you be, preparing your human self for remembering things and there's something special there for you. If you're not keeping a dream journal, please do and keep track of these things because it's going to pay off, I think, as you keep track of it and start seeing the similarities or the patterns. It's going to open something up for you that is special for you, unique for you.
I just heard the word code when you were saying that. So I wonder if,
Ooh.
yeah, that could be, yeah, some codes like patterns or saying like showing me patterns. And it's like that can be a code that you can start understanding, like you'll start interpreting your own code.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That could be a good movie. Dum, dum, dum.
I'd watch it.
We're gonna make a game and a movie and
That's right. Timeline
Very cool.
movies and all the goodies. It's all good. Okay. Do we have time? We do have time.
Yeah. Mhm.
So how should we summon her? Don't talk yet, Tiffany. I don't know how I'm going to call you in yet.
Oh,
Let's see.
Spirit goddess on high.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
The majestic one. Will you please talk to us? Tell us what your next question is.
So you may have already discussed this, but we have a couple of questions here that are very similar. And it's talking about having dizziness and vertigo again this week, or another person said, I'm having dizziness and foggy thinking. Any insight into what may be the cause?
Yeah, I think that could be exactly what we were talking about earlier with the shifting and stuff. If where we're all that work we're doing on the other side, then we come back in the body or the shifting frequencies and stuff, because a lot happened this week within the last week. So yeah, I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, we had a full moon last weekend.
Mhm.
And then that Pluto shifting and those other planets shifting. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that you're just feeling the energy, but definitely hydrate and take care of yourself.
Mhm.
But yeah, Googling symptoms of the shift you'll find websites that actually list what other people are experiencing as well. And that might be a helpful thing to do, is go look some of that up and see if it's feels familiar.
But yeah, thank you for asking that, because I forgot that I've actually had, I go in and out of, like, it's not dizzy, it's kind of like a equilibrium kind of off
Yeah.
thing, off. And then I'm losing my balance a little bit sometimes. So I think it's all related. It's just like,
You're not
just,
probably not all the way in your bodies,
Mhm.
You're still downloading all this adjustment, all the things going on with the energy.
Mhm.
We're acclimating to a lot. I mean, supposedly this particular shift in energy is playing with our DNA and our cells and all this stuff. So I don't know.
People off. That can't happen without some notice.
Yeah, you're gonna notice some things.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
All
So
right.
everything's fine. That's the big thing. Like you're saying, breathe, drink lots of water,
Mhm.
just
Take
relax.
care of yourself.
Take care of
Take
yourself.
naps if you can. That kind of stuff.
Mhm. Yeah. The body's just trying to catch up. So that's where it's just out of sync a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. See, I keep thinking I'm in hibernation mode because we're going into winter and Oregon's cloudy and rainy.
Mhm.
It's been very windy and stormy. And so I don't want to leave. I just
Mhm.
stay in my house. And I think I'm hibernating, but it's probably feeling like doing that because of all of this.
Mhm.
I'm not a bear after all. I'm just experiencing all the energy. That's good news.
Mhm. Exactly. And it's okay. So allow yourself to do that. I mean, oh, I'm hearing, don't don't shoot on yourself. It's like, well, I shouldn't be laying here. I should be doing this. That's just listen to your body. And it's trying to adjust. And that can be a little taxing on the body. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, these are high frequencies. These are big shifts they're having. Really? 3 minutes already? What?
Ah,
Wow. I thought
take
we were going to do another question.
no.
Hmm.
Well, we kind of did some of the announcing earlier. Do
Yeah.
we want to try?
Well, yeah,
Tiffany, do you
anything
have a quick question?
QHHT. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Tiffany, is there a quick one? We could just say yes.
No, yes. Maybe if you don't know the answer, how about that? It could be quick.
Okay, well, give it a shot.
If it's
If
not quick, we'll
just
save
carry
it.
on. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, this is just an interesting question. Do you guys happen to know why trinities are present in almost every mythology? Like Hinduism, Christianity, Greek mythology, etc.
I don't know if there's a quick answer for that. I think so I would love to continue that on next week. But definitely has to do with it's the base. It's like it's a strong formation. Anything can stand on that. So I think that's a big part of it. And it's a number 3. That's multiples of 3. I know 9 is completion. 3 is something along that line too. And then the shape. All of those have meanings. So let's discuss that next time. That's a great
That
question.
does sound like a good one to put some
Mhm.
time into,
Mhm.
some thought.
Yes.
Very
Mhm.
good. Okay, quick. How do people
Yeah.
find you?
Oh,
And
me? Oh.
yes,
And this,
Julia
find my
Cannon
book,
is
yeah.
author of, am I holding it up right? Soul
Yeah.
Speak.
Soul Speak, the language of your body. And you can get that at ozarkmt.com or amazon.com or any of your favorite bookstores. They may have to order it though. So just be aware. And juliacannon.com. You can get information on the online course on it. And then everything QHHT, if you want to be a practitioner, if you want to have a session, if you want to go to a retreat, everything, or if you want to go to a companion class, all the things we have related to QHHT are at qhhtofficial.com, or you can go to dolorescannon.com and there's a link over to the QHHT site, if that's easier for you to use. And then Tracy, how do they find you?
You can find me at tracymahan.com, or you can go to qhhtofficial.com and look me up under practitioner. I'm in the Oregon area, just outside of Portland. And my website, I've got some great things on there. If you want to come check it out, tracymayhem.com.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Did we do it? Did we get it all in?
Well, and if anybody wants to get a course, Tracy has a code for you. If you'd
The
like to be
code is the magic is real. Put it in all as one word. The magic is real. That'll get you 10% off. Yay,
Yep.
we did it.
Hey, we did it.
Tiffany, any last words?
You didn't talk about Iceland.
Oh,
Okay, Iceland next June, the end of June. Tracy, Tiffany, Trina, Sharon, and I, we will all be on this Iceland cruise. They'll go around Iceland and we'll get to see things we've never seen before. I'm so excited to go there and see all these wonderful sights. Fire and ice. Trina keeps sending pictures of all this fire and ice. So really, really fascinating. And we will be there having fun with everyone, you know. We think we'll be teaching. I think you'll be teaching us. So we'll just have fun. How about we call it that?
yeah, there will be workshops,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think it'll be mostly that we're having fun. And I'm
Mhm.
surprised that I forgot to do that because somebody from Iceland was actually chimed in a little bit later
Oh.
on the thing, and I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do that.
Iceland. Yes, we're coming.
We're coming. We're coming to Iceland. We'll come
Mhm.
see you. All right.
So,
Well, I guess there we
yeah,
go.
there we go. Thank you, everyone. We love
Thank you,
you.
Tiffany.
So excited. Thank you, Tiff. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.